we chose this specific topic because everybody is afraid of moving out of the house. And the challenge is how are you going to your temple, how are you going to your mall, the shopping, the offices. The fear has built up so much. I could see a lot of depression among people. So we in focus, we discussed that we need to discuss something where artificial intelligence or a machine learning is tomorrow's technology can be implemented and bring in the confidence that, you don't need not to worry whether you're flying into the airport, whether you're going to a entertainment hall, because there is always a fear whether you don't know you're the next man, whether he has a COVID or no COVID, you are not sure. By using these technologies that Mr. Vinay and Ashish Gujarati is going to talk, I'm sure by end of this session today, we will have a lot more confidence. And I'm sure the healthcare today, the biggest challenges of healthcare, how healthcare can be transformed, make it very safe for anybody, whether inpatient or a house patient can manage. So that's a specific reason for bringing in this topic today. And it's a great opportunity for all the participants to understand the artificial intelligence and machine learning in today's scenario. I would like to introduce the moderator for today's session, Mr. A.L. Narasimhan, the General Secretary of Focus, very senior personality with over 37 years of experience handling government agency and public sector undertaking in his career. He is one of the founding member of Focus, and he has seen the ups and downs of this security industry and the vast knowledge in project management and with well network connections that he has. And I'm sure he will drive the Focus into the next level. So I leave this session in the hands of our General Secretary, the moderator of today's program, that is Mr. A.L. Narasimhan.
Thank you, Mr. Dominic. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for the opportunity to moderate today's webinar on best practices in managing new normal through CCTV and movement control by adapting latest artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies. To speak about it, we have two young and dynamic people who, with vast knowledge and the kind of practicality that they have shown in the industry, they are the apt people to be able to share their experience in terms of the topic that has been chosen for today. The first speaker is Mr. Vinay Mishra. Mr. Vinay Mishra is the Senior Vice President Projects, Brahma Hikvision India. Being an electronic engineer with Masters in Business Administration, he has over 10 years of experience in the security industry. A keen eye for detail and knowledge about the technology. He is a very practical person with sound knowledge on solutions and in suggesting the right kind of products and solutions for every application across the trade and industry. His dynamic leadership in Indian project market, especially in his stint with Hikvision, has grown consistently by winning very many key projects. He has played a pivotal part in creating a new benchmark in Hikvision in the Indian market. He is spearheading the project division with a great team supporting him. I invite Mr. Vinay Mishra to come forward and give his presentation. Over to Vinay. Okay, I continue with this, followed by Mr. Vinay Mishra's presentation. We have Mr. Ashish Gujarati, who would also be presenting in today's webinar. He's a mechanical engineer from Mumbai University with postgraduate degree in marketing and finance. With a composite experience over 15 years in industry, Ashish Gujarati ji has worked extensively in the product development and technology solutions. As Vice President of Product Development, he drives the new inventions in Brahma Hikvision, and his current focus is on evolving innovative solutions for diverse product portfolios. He is spearheading innovative integrated security for Prama Hikvision. With his vast knowledge in the industry, previously with Honeywell, now with Hikvision, Mr. Ashish Gujarati is definitely going to add a lot of value to today's webinar. I now invite Mr. Vinay Mishra to start his presentation. Over to Vinay.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this event and presentation as arranged by Focus. It's my pleasure to be part of this event, and I hope that everyone is safe at their respective places and healthy and are staying at home. Uh, our today's topic of discussion is how technology can help in post-pandemic scenarios when we start deploying new normal guidelines as announced by our respective authorities and government of India. So let's start with our presentation. So as you would know how the current scenarios are, as we all know, in this current pandemic, the free movement of ourselves, especially in public places, is restricted. I may not be wrong in using the word forbidden in many cases. New guidelines by local governments will change the way we experience these public spaces in 2021 and also in future. Few of the important takeaways from such guidelines are, like for example, use of sanitization products at public places, keeping social distancing within among each other, thermal temperature checking of each and every person entering a public place is one of the most important factor that everybody is seeing nowadays, or the change that everybody is seeing nowadays. This includes maintenance and management of records and reports of such screening, thermal screening, so that they can be submitted to the respective authorities as and when needed. Among the many ways COVID-19 has reshaped our lives, one of the most enduring effects that will change how we actually perceive the new normal or the respective guidelines. Many verticals and many areas are affected due to this: healthcare, transport, institute, workplaces, entertainment, worship places. They pose a lot of hazards due to virus transmission, and governments are setting out new restrictions to make these places safer. Many authorities have implemented social distancing norms and rules to keep people separated by a safe distance. As you would know that these rules are not easy to handle because we are we have never faced such kind of scenarios, and however, unfortunately, this is the truth, and in a normal sense of personal space, this will actually clash to how we actually perceive and look. We used to look at public places in past. COVID-19 distancing and new guidelines by governments will change the way we experience these spaces in 2021 and future. The existing methods that are being used at such kind of public places, if you look at the current methods being deployed at such places, these are effectively outdated. And we are in this pandemic more than 1 year old. And we shall know that in IT and electronics, technology changes very fast. In fact, AI and machine learning has raised the ceiling of the increased the horizon or the scope of that technology, of what technology can do. Secondly, it has many loopholes and glitches. Few of them are mentioned in this slide. Like for example, the handheld thermometer gun, the IR gun, which has been used by a lot of security personnel at the building, at society buildings, or probably at the commercial complexes. Those possess a lot of high risk due to close contact. The efficiency is very low as far as the usage of those kind of thermometer guns are concerned. There are difficult to make a report or collect statistics or data out of it because there is no maintenance of record. There is no maintenance of a report in such kind of way. So how and what to choose when we want to discard such kind of outdated technology. We need to make sure that whatever solution that we use, it should be fast and convenient. It should ensure that it is reducing manpower and the duration. I mean, the efficiency should be effectively should be good enough, and it should be real time, and it should give accurate results. Use of machine instead of manpower alone is the much better option in such kind of aspects and in such kind of scenarios. Let's move on. So whenever we choose any kind of solution, we need to ensure that these solutions should have four major factors to be considered. They should be safe, they should be efficient, they should be adaptable and traceable. When I say safe, they should be able to check the temperature or check the respective features from a very distance, should not be in very close contact. It should be efficient enough, it should be fast enough to record the data. It should be adaptable, and at the same time it should keep reports so that whenever required we can track it down. With so another slide, it will actually show you the movement or the flow, how a normal screening scenarios in such kind of public places would be. Earlier, whenever we used to enter any building complex or any place like commercial building or probably malls, it would have been very easy. But now you have to go through screening process, whether it would be a different camera based solution or a door frame metal detector based solution, but screening of temperature would be must. So this is a small slide which will depict the flow diagram, which is inevitable now. And just to explain in detail, so with restricted movement, in future, public movement will be forced to filter through such kind of scanning, basically to do preliminary checking or testing of basic temperature, mass, etc. With current guideline, this is unavoidable, and unfortunately, it is here to stay for some good amount of time, and also in future. It has mentioned I have mentioned in this presentation in the framework of scenarios or scenes where such equipments will be required to be used, followed by advanced functions which are possible with the use of AI and machine learning technology. These features of scenarios or scene based can be used and be related to different industries like retail outlets, malls, office complexes, religious places, buildings, factories, etc. Or maybe large spaces like airports, railways, etc. So during presentation, I'll take you through these kind of scenarios and how CCTV and AI technology will be helping for the screening and for reporting and the management of public movement in public places. So let's have a look at them one by one. So first scene, as shown in this particular slide, is considering an environment where uh, where the public is moving through a designated space or a door, where the movement is restricted or controlled. For example, a person is moving from a space or a door which is designated for that entry and exit. There is no mass movement in that area. In that area, such places shall have temperature or thermal testing and mass detection machinery. Products like door frame metal detector, thermal cameras, or probably handheld thermal scanners could be a very good choice. Like for example, handheld thermal scanner, as shown in this particular slide. I'll just highlight this. Okay. So as you would see, the handheld thermal scanner. These are Wi-Fi based thermographic sensor based handheld thermal cameras, which is much more efficient as compared to a thermometer IR gun, outdated technology which we commonly see in and cheaply available at almost all security guards and places. Now I'll just explain few one of the key differences while considering while comparing two technologies. First, thermometer IR gun-based system is poses high risk as it is in close contact. Somebody has to basically uh, be at a very close distance and touch upon and fire that particular IR gun at the forehead or onto the skin. So you are at very close contact. Second, efficiency. The speed at which it detects, it's very high. It takes few seconds to basically measure the temperature as compared to a thermal scanner. As the technology itself is thermal, it works on the body heat, so it's much more faster. The accuracy of thermal IR gun as compared to a thermographic camera is much lower. Thermographic camera technology is much higher as compared in sense of accuracy. Fourth, it is human dependent. The IR thermometer gun is human dependent, whereas in case of thermographic lens system, it is standalone system. And last, most important part, there is a reporting mechanism. You can store data, you can record data, you can club it with your backend software and control room so that you can generate report as and when required and submit to the authorities whenever you need it. Let's see a video of one such entry using a door frame metal detector. So as you would see in this video, so there is a door frame metal detector wherein the person is moving very fast from the door, like a very normal way where you walk in through a door frame metal detector at the railway station. This is from Ahmedabad railway station, and it is getting sensing the temperature and from the software, as you would see. Another such video is as I am showing here, Palani Temple in Coimbatore, wherein multiple people faces within the one frame, the temperature is getting captured. So this system, this technology is efficient enough, and it can handle and it can show temperature of multiple people in one single frame. So this is one example of a restricted entry or a control of those places of people movement. Now, scenario number two, wherein there could be a place where there are number of people entering from a door or from a designated place, like for example, a crowded railway station or a mall or an airport. For such areas as well, there are products and solutions which can capture the temperature of mass numbers and raise an alarm or an alert as and when required, like as shown in this video here. So as you would see in this video, so this is an video of an mall wherein the person, whenever they are moving, the temperature of those persons are getting captured. There are multiple people in one single frame, and the camera is smart enough and technology oriented enough wherein it captures multiple people from one single frame, as you would see in this video. So, uh, so these are some videos which was showing how cameras like thermal cameras and DFMD cameras, they can actually capture the temperature. Now, another such product and solution uh, uh, is in a scenario wherein the entry will have a turnstile, like a tripod turnstile or probably a flap barrier, right? Now, these kind of flap barriers and these kind of turnstile, which are normally present, if you might have seen it, the factories or at sometimes malls or high-rise commercial buildings and complexes. Uh, so you can connect these kind of entry barriers with FRS-based thermal scanning devices, access control to be precise, or biometric devices to be precise. Such kind of products can be deploy using this thermal barriers, or sorry, this kind of biometric devices can be clubbed with this kind of thermal barriers, and the result, and there are a lot of USPs and advantage of this. Like for example, it makes the entry touchless. It is very fast. The speed of detection is only 0.2 seconds. Like you can understand, it's fraction of seconds. So multiple people or hundreds of people entering into one building complex can be very easily taken care. Multiple authentication methods are also possible. The conventional fingerprint or probably QR code verification is also possible. However, nowadays to make it touchless or to make it more safe, face verification is what is required, and it is very secure, anti-spoofing, no photos, because it has that AI 3D image or 3D face recognition technology. So it is very much secured, and nobody can enter by showing a photograph of some person. So these kind of anti-spoofing detection technologies are already built and very easy to register. As I will show you in one of the slide here, in the next slide in this particular video, like it's very easy to configure. You just show your face and that's it. It's a touchless entry. One more such example wherein a government case wherein such kind of touchless access biometric devices was used in the High Court of Tripura. And this is one case study similar as I had explained. Now, third scenario, wherein these kind of touchless biometric devices or access control devices can be used in building and commercial complexes. As you would know, that there is a very high risk of virus to be spread in indoor environment. Like we do not yet know how much of virus you can be exposed to before contacting COVID, but the amount of time we spend in such indoor, for example, indoor places wherein the air movement or ventilation is very much restricted, there is a probable, and if there is a probable carrier of the virus in those areas, it would turn out to be a disastrous place to be, as we would. So use of access control devices like FRS-based biometric products shall become inevitable here because it is touch-free, it is very fast, and use of AI algorithm increases the accuracy to its optimal level. So one of such video here in this next slide, it will actually help you understand that how it will help. Like for example, a case study of a Lulu Mall in Chennai, wherein the person entering the mall are being uh, asked to visit in front of those biometric device. Like nobody is as you would say, it's very hassle free. Person has to just stand in, just look at the device, and then basically it's very easily recorded. Nobody is holding a gun in front of your forehead, and it's very easy. It's very easy to register your face. Like for example, one of the video here, wherein it's of BCCI, Board of Cricket Control India in Ahmedabad. The person you would be identifying this is the current captain of Indian cricket team in T20s and Mumbai Indians, Rohit Sharma. So it's very easy to identify. So some case studies here of biometric devices that we have used. Now, similar scenarios or the same biometric devices can be used in scenarios of public transport. Like, for example, in commercial offices, like many of the officers are working because they are from essential services, or probably they are being allowed to work at 30%, 40% capacity. So there are private buses being arranged by the by the companies, or public buses. So such kind of biometric devices and FRS devices uh, can actually be clubbed in the public buses or private buses, and person, whether he is wearing a mask or if the temperature is found high, accordingly actions can be taken and further steps can be ensured. As shown in this video here, if you would see that the person is entering inside the bus and the biometric devices kept inside the bus, the person is actually been identified, whether his temperature is been identified here, and at the same time whether he's wearing a mask or not, it is alerted. So he's not wearing a mask, there's a clear signal that you are not wearing a mask, and please wear the mask, and the temperature is getting recorded, and then accordingly you are allowed or not allowed. So FRS devices clubbed in public transport or private vehicle or buses as well. So these are some of the products and usages for the first screening in public places. Now let's have a look of some features which can be achieved using the advanced AI algorithm in such devices. These features will actually ease the management part of the new normal guidelines, which is been charted by respective government authorities or probably admin authorities of that public premise. Like for example, keeping a track of public and reports to be generated and to be submitted to the respective authority is a very critical part, as as similar as identifying the person in the crowd. That is where AI technology comes into a very it plays a very major role. So let's have a look at such kind of features. So in a scenario, as I have already explained, mass detection in these kind of devices is possible, of course, by AI algorithm only. Like for example, in this video, if you would see, so the person is moving, and whenever the person is coming here, and if he's not wearing a mask or so, see, there's a pop-up, and you would identify whether the person is wearing a mask or not. Now, one of the key one of the best part about such products are that the AI algorithm is inbuilt in the hardware or the device itself. So you do not need heavy investment to be done on the back end, which which is the reverse way in a conventional surveillance or an old attendance management system. This makes the system more user friendly to be used, and the response time is much faster as compared to the backend software based system. So, as you had seen in this video, the device itself is smart enough or AI equipped enough that it is identifying whether the person is wearing a mask or whether the temperature is high, etc. Mask detection, as you would know, it is getting the pop-up of the person. So in the next slide, social distancing, as we had discussed earlier, social distancing is one of the most important factor to be taken care during these new normal scenarios and the guidelines which is coming from the government and other authorities. This is the most painful thing as well, because to be able to manage social distancing is one of the headache to the managing committees and organizations and companies, because they're finding it very difficult to find a very right solution. AI can actually come to rescue here. Using AI-based technology and hardware equipped with AI algorithm, alarm triggers can be done or the culprits can be highlighted if anyone violates the social distancing norm. Very useful in commercial and retail outlets like mall. Let's have a look at a demonstration audio video which will actually show you the real deployment. Like as you would see here, so whenever the person comes in, there is a pop-up automatically. The distance, whenever somebody avoids the social distancing, there is a pop-up right at in front of the BMS. Now, another feature of same AI could be used uh, for uh, for for ensuring cleaning and sanitization purpose. Heat mapping is one of an AI's old functionality, but here improvisation has been done. Using heat mapping, you can actually identify and you would actually know whether in this particular place, which area are vulnerable, which area are problematic. Like heat mapping, it represents a scene or a part of the scene in color schematic format, red being the most crowded one to blue and green being the lesser accessed area. So such report or functions could be used to understand if which are corners or part of the place which needs more attention, accordingly schedule or make an SOP for setting up sanitization or other useful purposes. So old AI feature being used to uh, to sanitize that particular place. Another important feature is age analysis. COVID, as you would know, is most dangerous for people for people who are above certain areas. For obvious reason that the immunity of such people or such age section is weak. Meanwhile, regular guidelines have been laid down, wherein certain age group people should not be allowed in these kind of public areas. AI feature to identify the age group of such kind of public or crowd could be useful to catch hold of such odd people who are violating the guideline and not adhering to the safety norms being set. Meanwhile, AI algorithm is also equipped to identify the people wearing mask or not wearing a mask in these kind of public areas, which is very useful for law and order or for law and order maintenance department. Broadcasting solution for education institute. Schools or education institutes are one of the most hit and affected area due to this pandemic, as it has been more than a year that not a single class or a school has been opened or accessed. Online classes and apps are being used in full strength, and there is no choice there. However, this increases our dependency on third-party apps and cloud services. Like for example, if you are using unpaid or a free version of such kind of apps, you could only use limited features, and also the time slot is very much limited. Meanwhile, recording facility is on their cloud, which is difficult to access, and there are security concerns. Here, using conventional CCTV surveillance system clubbed with AI features and technology, such lectures of online training can not only be recorded but also be live streamed to social media platforms like YouTube at the same time or other social media platform. Meanwhile, as the recording is happening locally in your own hardware device, it is more secure as you are less dependent on third party. Also, the features like picture in picture that you get as shown in this video, you can actually do analysis of such lecture. Like for example, in this video, if you see, so there are three screens on one single frame. So there is the lecturer who is actually taking the lecture. Then there is a screen of the students and the PPT or the content which has been written, all picture in picture. Like another video, actually, it will give you a very nice image here. So the camera is smart enough, intelligent enough, based on motion detection, which is tracking the person and also doing a real-time audio recording as well. So there are students here, there is teacher here, and the PPT or the format content can be recorded. So AI being used or CCTV system can be used in education sector. People counting and restrictive capacity to be analyzed. Like as you would know, the government guidelines or the administrative guidelines which has been laid down. Few of the officers or areas, if whether they are under essential services profession or probably if they are into IT and other sector, they are been allowed to work office with 30 or maximum or lesser capacity. So how to identify whether they are using the right capacity or if they're following the norms which has been laid down for the respective capacity or not. So here people counting and AI algorithm of people analysis of how many people are present, how many are absent, how many are entering that particular premises and exiting that particular premises comes into place. Like this video would actually give a clear picture. So as you would see, the person entering and exiting, the camera equipped with DeepInMind AI algorithm is actually capturing how many people are in the shop, how many people are outside the shop, and whether you're allowed to enter or not. So that was all the AI features. So for all the AI features as mentioned above, Prama India Private Limited, an indigenous brand, recently launched a brand called as Prama and successfully deployed these kind of AI system and solutions, as we discussed above at the very famous Siddhivinayak temple in Mumbai. This AV, let's have a look at this audio video clip, and it will actually show all those AI functionalities in one video itself. An Indian brand launched with the maxim of made in India, made for India, and made by India, wherein they have got this AI functionality being done. Almost all the AI functionality.
आजूबाजूची परिस्थिती जर आपण बघितली तर प्रचंड संकट आलेलं अशी हे वातावरण, पण या संकटावरती मात करणं हे बाप्पाच्या चरणांशी लीन होऊन नक्की शक्य असतं. नमस्कार. मंगलमूर्ती विघ्नहरा दुरितनाशना कृपा करा. मंगलमूर्ती विघ्नहरा सिद्धिविनायक कृपा करा.
It was a very unfortunate time for us to see the temple shut, which I have in my lifetime not seen. To see people standing outside waiting for the doors to open, it also shook us a little bit.
So when the pandemic struck, we said how the temples can reopen.
So at this situation, the idea has come that how technology can help and to make things more easy. So we have stitched entire technologies around that and made this complete design, that complete flow of the devotees who are entering in the temple, that they are maintaining the social distancing and the norms of Ministry of Health guidelines are being followed properly.
म्हणून त्यासाठी इमिजिएट सर्वांनी निर्णय घेतला आणि अत्यंत अद्ययावत अशा पद्धतीने आपण सिद्धिविनायक ॲप तयार केला.
The devotee needs to download this Siddhivinayak mobile application They can go to the appointment booking, they can select an appointment, the date where they want to visit, they can see the available slots for the same. The temple has decided that only people with the valid QR code, with a valid booking will be allowed entry into the premises. And when they come, they have to show the QR code to the system will identify, validate the booking. When the booking is validated, the system will do a thermal check and they will also do a mass detection. And this is in compliance with the guidelines which has been prescribed by the government. The temple has invested into revamping their security systems for enhanced and complete coverage of the temple premises. Precog monitors the regular CCTV cameras using advanced computer vision algorithms and tracks instances of social distancing, crowd formation, touching of idols, statues, and more. Our system tracks the presence and movement of people in the premises and plots a heat map which the temple will use to identify hotspots. This would allow the temple to effectively sanitize the premises. The system is going to stop allowing people inside until the people inside already start moving out. This is completely automated. The temple is also invested into 18-point metal detector systems, which are like latest technologies.
With Prama, the biggest advantage that we had, we first went and visited their factory because we wanted to be sure that the products, first of all, are of top quality, made in India. He had all the products that we needed, which were like IP cameras. We could have access, and security will be of prime importance. Plus, AI layer has to be added to the cameras, so that was possible. So all those things came together, and we made a fantastic team.
Working with the Prama team has been a great privilege for us. They have a great range of security products which are amongst the most advanced hardware systems globally. The AI system is doing a small bit to ensure the safety of the devotees across.
या मंदिरातली श्रद्धा त्यापेक्षा तुमची सुरक्षितता ही सुद्धा आम्हा सर्व विश्वस्त मंडळाला अत्यंत महत्त्वाची आहे.
So, as you had seen in this video, all the AI functionalities and the functions that we had discussed are being shown in this AV, being developed by the Indian brand Prama. Now, machine learning under post-COVID scenarios will kind of act like a new industrial revolution. Post-COVID, you would know the way industries work and how they manage the movement of people, wherein they are avoiding contact and making it more efficient because there will be less manpower. At the same time, you have to ensure that you are working to be more efficient. So it would see a big change, and machine learning would be one such technology that we evolved during this post-pandemic time. One such example is being shown in this video below. Recently deployed a machine vision technology using HIC robots in Flipkart in Bangalore, wherein these kind of bots are actually working to make the place almost manless and contactless, and at the same time ensuring the efficiency to the highest level. So as you would see, so these are robots. These are bots working on sensors, and they are moving swiftly without any support or without any manual intervention, sorting the packages and putting it into designated slots.
Sir, ನಮಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾನುಯಲ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
These slots are actually connected to the conveyor belt, wherein it goes directly to the delivery counter or the center wherein the package has been picked up and sent for delivery. It makes the place very efficient, contactless, almost manpower less. So this is what machine learning can do, and 100% this is going to be the future, especially for a sector like e-commerce sector, wherein the delivery is one of the most important factors. So efficiency of the operations and the production of the packaging is very, very important. So as we had seen that all such features and application could be used in almost all the verticals or industries that we think of. As explained above, all these scenarios, entry exit points or the AI based algorithms or features are synonym to almost all the sectors, whether it's an educational institute, whether it is retail, crowded place like Airtel and public places, whether it's an entertainment or a stadium, a worship place or a hotel and healthcare system. So these kind of scenarios can be identified in the sectors or in the areas that you are working, whether you are a system integrator, whether you are a consultant or support project designer or operations management manager. So these features and these functions will actually help you to set up new normal guidelines. Few of the products which are used or could be used in above solutions to be deployed is as shown here. As you would see, there are thermal cameras, there are dome-shaped cameras, there are black box calibrator for a higher accuracy, handheld thermographic cameras, which is much efficient as compared to the thermometer IR gun. There are door frame metal detectors used with thermographic sensors to identify the temperature, access control and biometric devices, AI algorithm servers, and of course, last but not the least, the key products to be included in any system for a solution would be a management software. Report management, video recording, keeping data file and recording, which can be submitted or shown as a proof as and when required to the management of the authority, is it's very much key. The government is right now keeping a record of each and every person who visits or movement of the public, so that it can so that if some COVID person, a positive person is found at any place, and corrective action or measures can be taken. Similarly, like for example, if you are using these kind of setup at a mall, the whole purpose of screening and keeping a record is that tomorrow, if any of the person has been found positive, at least you have a record that this particular person has visited at your place. So you can take corrective action or probably report to the management or report to the government and authority. So that was it. One small and humble attempt from my side and from our team side to help all our partners watching this video that during this ongoing or post-pandemic state, when we are entering in a world of new normal with lots of guidelines in place, lots of restrictions in place, how technology and CCTV as system could help you to ease the management of public movement in open and public places. So that was our attempt to help you. Any query, any requirement or any kind of clarification that you would be needed, you can very well contact to Focus team. I hope this video or this presentation would be useful in your business design or tenure in coming days. Please stay at home. Please stay indoors as much as possible. Be healthy and stay safe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
So that was really good. Now I invite Mr. Ashish Gujarati to take forward the presentation.
Just to add, I think that was an excellent sum up of all the presentation. The PPT that we actually showed, that one small video, it's an excellent sum up of all the features that that is actually the new normal nowadays. Thank you.
Yeah, Ashish, please carry on.
So, Mr. Narasimhanji, it is the same what we both have covered. Okay. I think so all technologies have been covered by Vinay, and we will be open for any question and answers or any thing would if it is allowed.
Yeah, very much. There are some very interesting questions which have come to me. So now that you have prompted me to go ahead to ask these questions, Vinay ji and Ashish Gujarati ji, One question that has come is, what are the solutions that can help in rapid temperature screening in public areas? That is airport, railway stations, metro, rail, terminal, seaports, interstate bus terminals. Now, which is the app solution that can be provided for such locations?
So I would just like to explain that we have already shown the thermographic camera, which has been used in a mall where multiple people are entering inside in the premises, and the temperature of each and every person entering in that through the gate is been captured. And if and it's been captured in the system. So if the temperature of any person is high, then it will raise an alert and it will intimate the security staff members over there.
Yeah, most probably, I think the question relates to the crowd that it can handle. So when there is a big crowd in airports and railway stations, how much time does it take for each one to be scanned and then, allowed to go inside? So how fast these can be done? This is probably the question that is being asked.
So it takes a fraction of seconds, and it's just the normal movement of the cameras have been positioned in such a way that it captures the flow of the people moving towards it, and it instantly captures it from a distance of 6 to 10 feet, and it will intimate immediately. So over here.
I'm sorry, Ashish, I'll just add a few lines here. So I think during the presentation, I had shown the slide with respect to the DFMD, door frame metal detector, and thermographic cameras. Both are actually the apt solution for these kind of crowded areas. Like, for example, if you talk about airport as a location is already a controlled entry exit environment wherein people are restricted to pass through restricted gates only. However, the loophole there is nothing sort of a solution wherein the thermographic integrated door frame detectors are present. So these kind of thermographic door frame metal detectors will come handy, and it will ease in the screening and scanning mechanism of airport as a location. Probably similar scenario could be replicated in a area like airport or railways and other areas. Railway being much crowded and not so controlled in as far as the movement of public is concerned, wherein I had shown a video of mall. The thermographic camera is equipped enough to capture multiple faces and multiple temperatures within one frame itself, and the accuracy rate is much better with AI algorithms, and capturing rate is fractions of second, as Ashish ji very rightly highlighted, 0.2 0.5, less than 1 second for sure.
Okay, good.
Well, there is a people from Prestige and Orion Mall from Bangalore. Now the malls are shut down in Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore. So there are a lot of questions arise. How do we announce the public that our mall, is very safe? One is safe from COVID spread. Then the entries are monitored, and you don't entertain people who has above certain temperature. And also the parking management. How do you integrate? Because this question recently somebody asked me whether the entire parking management and your entry into the mall and entry into the respective departmental store or the branded store, all this can be integrated in one platform?
Yes, sir, for sure. I think very rightly put, because every solution, every AI algorithm or machine learning will definitely require a core or a base of an integrated platform wherein everything can be collated together for the sake of reporting, or probably for the sake of management or monitoring. So the solution that we provide, I think we are very confident, and of course you as a your friend, you can definitely tell him that we have a platform, or the system is equipped enough with a system wherein everything can be integrated on a single area, whether it's a entry exit point of an office or a staff purpose using an access control, whether it is using a camera or a DFMD, or whether it's a place wherein high-end analytics been displayed along with general surveillance as well. It's not it's not restricted that advanced algorithm would require an advanced system or a platform only. The same platform can be used for a general surveillance integration, at the same time the new normal features and system as well. It is absolutely there. We already have a multiple case studies of malls and other areas. Would love to share our design and solution to you and to your fellow members.
Yeah, Dominic ji, I'll just add to Vinay ji here. Okay, so for mall, mainly challenges is in parking areas, social distancing and as well as, entry exits. So where, we can replicate the solutions where, people's ID is being taken. So you know that all people have entered. So like in a temple Siddhivinayak case study, we have all people's mobile numbers and their faces, face are being tracked, mask and temperature are being tracked, and we have taken care of social distancing and all features. Now suppose in case any of this visitor who has visited mall suspicious to COVID after 1 day or 2 days, you have a data on that day who all people have visited that mall during that time, and you have a complete database of the people, and you have a track record which all stores he has visited, and you can just ask those store managers, or you can just intimate those all number of people who have visited. You can tell them that you just should be careful for a few days, or maybe you can get your RT-PCR done. Okay, so this all information can be shared and can be managed using technology, and we can just can restrict such entry and exit points, as well as you can correlate with parking system using robotics based parking, and the person car number and person face and everything can be integrated in one platform.
This the one question that that ordinary handled temperature versus the metal door using our camera, what is the authenticity, or I would say accuracy, between this people uses in commonly used in all the shops and all that wherever you go?
Yeah, Dominic ji, don't want to criticize any product as such, but the how much normally we just say that jitna shakkar daloge utna meetha hoega. Similarly, the product, what technology, what right now IR illuminator are using in the product line, which is very economy and very cheap. So all to attend the norms of the government, people are using the temperature measurement devices, such handled IR thermometer. But those all are, very predefined and not giving accurate results, and mostly, showing false result. And there is a tremendous risk. They are playing with risk. So many people can enter who may be having high temperature, but this IR illuminator is showing a very low or normal temperature. Also, such from distant you have a handgun with IR. The atmosphere temperature also may impact, and it is just showing the normal atmosphere temperature. Where thermal imaging sensors are completely different, and using thermal imaging sensors, you can have exactly human beings' body temperature with the precisions of very high precisions, with the 97-98% precisely. It will give exactly temperature detections, and will give avoid false alarms, and also can help in keeping record of those all data, that this person's temperature at this time this security person has taken. In the normally right now IR illuminator, there is no record or data is being maintained. If he is having high temperature, what he has done with that, also no record. So here entire temperature and data management also being taken care, and you can store and you can return those data. So very highly systems.
I like to add very quickly, point wise, very clear classification. Point number one, accuracy, as Ashish sir very rightly highlighted. It's a IR thermometer gun, whereas this is the system is a thermographic system, wherein it uses a thermal lens or a thermal image. The name itself says it's a thermal property. It identifies human skin temperatures, heat, and then accordingly displays. So accuracy is much better. Number one, distancing. It can capture the temperature with a distance of more than 5 meters also. But as compared to a thermometer gun, there has to be a security guard or a person standing with his arm stretched of maybe 1 feet or maybe 0.5 feet, and then you have to point it from a 0.5 or 1 centimeter distance from your forehead or from your arm, and there is a high possibility if the person checking himself is a COVID positive, then it would be a big risk. Third, in 2020, I remember there was a big racket being busted in Delhi, I guess, wherein there was chipset inside this kind of cheap 1,000-2,000 rupees gun, and which used to show pre-installed temperature settings only. Fourth, there is no reporting. It can be a completely human error. This is it is maintaining a record and data which can be tomorrow submitted to the respective authority or to the society or building offices. And fifth, accuracy and efficiency. The temperature detection using a thermographic gun can be much more efficient because it can detect temperature in 0.2, 0.3 seconds. So within 1 minute, more than 30 people can be screened, as compared to a thermometer gun wherein only 10 or 5 people. When you talk about a big commercial high-rise complex wherein 1,000 people are coming at 10 a.m. of a shift. So you can understand the accuracy and efficiency both.
The last question that I have on elevator is, now elevator has become the carrier of COVID-19. So the person who enters with COVID, and it will remain there for a couple of hours. Now, is there any possibility of integrating the elevator where they doesn't allow or doesn't open if the person is temperature is at certain level? That can you integrate? Is there any solution? Because high-end apartments and there are a lot of malls and office places, elevator is you can't walk up to the 10th floor or 15th floor. But is there any way that is there any solution to avoid opening up doors, elevated doors, by using your technology?
So I would just like to add, Ashish here. So in the case study, what Vinay Bhai has played, the Srijan Corporate Park, where you have seen multiple swing barriers which have been installed. Almost 11 to 12 are been installed, and there are face recognition devices installed on the swing barrier. The temperature of each and every person is been, the face has been recognized along with the temperature, and it is directly integrated with the elevator over there. So it takes the employee to its respective floor, and if the temperature if there is a temperature high of that particular employee, the corporate office of that particular employee has been informed that his temperature has been high, and it has been noted. So this kind of integration is also we have carried out in last 6 months.
But if it is an apartment, what will you do? Residential apartment, 30 floors are there. Who has got COVID, or who has got temperature and all that? How will you do?
So very good question for residential also. And we have already done such kind of an integration. We have installed a face recognition device in one of a Runwal project, which has a thermographic face recognition device. We had they had strictly asked us that only there won't be only residential people who will be allowed to enter, and they were following it very strictly. So we have registered all the faces of each and every resident staying in that building in the device. Okay, and whenever people are traveling, it is a touch-free access. They just have to stand in front of it, and the gates, door opens, the sliding door opens, and they get to enter the lobby of the building. So same practice we did it for the maids also. Same practice we did it for the other helpers also, where we registered each and every person on in that residential apartment. And we have already, and it was a very fruitful thing. What we have seen that 2 maids where the temperature were high, and that maids go to multiple houses in apartments in that residential tower. So immediately it was been identified, noted to the, and the alerts were sent directly to the residential apartment who hired their services, and were
Is it a control room or something like on the ground floor? or
Just
the
you can
reception?
put it
How does
outside
it
the
go
lobby.
there? How does it go directly to the?
No, it is just
So-
a small size artificial AI based facial recognition terminal.
Okay,
Small,
okay.
small size.
Yes.
Just
Hello?
size only.
Very interesting. Very
You can
interesting.
install. You can install even at lift area as well. You know, if you don't want to keep it access control together, just even simple access control with 5,000 faces stored with thermal temperature, palm size, you can install it lift button as well. Or you can just make it more professional using same with connect with your access control doors and metal door and can do further infrastructure development. But some normal societies already being operational and you want to install, then just keep some thermal temperature access control devices equipped with all members photos and maids and daily visitors,
Visitors.
neighbors and everyone, and you can keep it.
Very.
Ashish
I think
ji,
we require a lot of publicity on this. I think it's
yeah,
so
Ashish
nice
ji,
to.
this
we never
thermographic
knew.
camera, the thermographic camera can be just outside the lift area, and if the temperature is noticed, the lift should not not open and should create an alarm. And if the person, there has to be an integration with the elevator, because elevator people are asking this question. We have a session on 21st with elevator industry. We are doing Focus is doing it. So I'm sure there could be a solution where this can be integrated with elevator software, where if there is a certain temperature is beyond that, it should not open. Or
yeah, see what we do is like how we access control this facial recognition systems, FRS based access control system. There it is being integrated with tungstile or boom barriers, tungstile barriers. Similarly, what it do with that tungstile barrier is, if the person is having face and temperature is normal, then it gives command to the tungstile barrier to open. Here in the case of lift, it is just have to do reverse. It will give normally closed. You just keep it closed. Don't open if the temperature is not normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is, you can just control, and it is just a signal out, alarm out. You are giving it to lift systems, and a lift system integration is required to their buttons. That button only will not operate if the temperature is high.
Has it been implemented anywhere in India or abroad?
I think this elevator integration is not yet done, honestly. Okay, so
Okay. No.
we can just see that.
The potential is well brought out, very well brought out.
yeah,
Possibly, possibly, Ashish ji, somebody from your organization can also participate on the 21st when we have the session vertical of lift installation one. Tak Matthew and the team are doing. 2 people are speaking.
Yes.
Somebody can intervene also on that towards the end in the Q&A session or something like that.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It was very interesting. And I mean, this is a subject, especially on the surveillance front. There are so many questions and so many verticals using all kinds of, cameras. There will be a lot of questions. I could see that there were very valid questions being asked, and there were some technical questions also which they have raised. I would request, since we are already almost hitting 2 hours of this webinar session, I would request the gentlemen, the participants who would like to have clarification on this, to send a mail to our admin@ourfocus.co, so that we can get in touch with Pramanic Vision.
Can it be printed, Narasimhan? Can Mamta put that one? Our focus.
Mamta, can you?
Yes, I will post it.
Yeah.
Just put it on the screen.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yes.
Admin at Our Focus. Put that on the screen.
admin@ourfocus.co. Please send your queries here, and I will personally see to it that each one of your queries are answered. So
yeah, I hope they're seeing it on the screen.
Yeah, it will be displayed. It will be displayed.
Admin@ourfocus.co. Good.
Yes. So, gentlemen, it has been a very interesting session, although we had few glitches with the videos, but then as I could see that each one of you explained, especially Ashish ji explained excellently the Siddhivinayak scenario, and we can go on and on.
Good,
and I'm sure,
good.
yes, this is admin@ourfocus.co. Please send your queries here. We will ensure that each one of you are answered and attended to.
It doesn't have to be capital, it can be small letter.
That's right, sir.
You can indicate the others, they'll think that that's the way.
No, either way, it will still reach us.
Yeah,
no
it is case. It's not a case sensitive, so
it will reach us, no problem. So With your permission, President Sir, I wish to conclude this session with the vote of thanks.
Yeah, sure, it's a wonderful one.
It's a
Got
wonderful
a special
one.
thanks. We got to give a special thanks to Ashish ji as well as Vinay Mishra and Ashish Gujarati ji for the wonderful presentation. Possibly this topic would require a little more larger coverage on buildings. It came out so well. Maybe at the city level, maybe one more session we can have it on the same thing. Of course, security is such a particularly important subject. We might require maybe after 1 month or 2 months later, one more round we can have to open out a little more at the built environment space level, neighborhood level, traffic management level, etc. How police departments are finding it useful to catch people, etc. through the command control center, etc.
That's right, sir. And each vertical, when we talk about education, we talk about banking, each one of them have such huge solutions to offer.
Yes.
So, and in especially in this kind of conditions, these solutions can bring in a lot of, good sleep to the entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And
I have one request to make to Ashish Dakkanji. Possibly we can have one segment to go exclusively for the CEOs of the smart cities. And they've got a lot of interest. They have conveyed to me all the 100 smart city CEOs contacts we have. That session can be exclusively addressed to what can the initiatives here and all the works in terms of surveillance as well as CCTV and other control activity can do for the command control center. If you are able to make one exclusive presentation, that participant will be only CEOs of the smart cities. I'm only trying to see.
That would be wonderful, sir.
We'll do that because they have shown a lot of interest to us. So if you are able to structure a presentation on where all you're done in so many 30 odd cities, you're done in Punjab cities, you're done in also Kanpur, you're done in Allahabad, Nagpur, etc., etc. So if you're able to show that, they'll be very good, and you will get a wonderful segment. We'll make an exclusive session only for the CEO and the knowledge officer of the CEO of the smart cities.
That will be nice, sir.
We'll do that.
Great idea, sir. Thank you.
We'll do that.
Thank you so much, President, sir. So on behalf of Focus, I thank each one of the participants who participated in today's webinar event. Our special thanks to Mr. V. Suresh for his wonderful words of wisdom. With over 56 years of experience in the building construction industry, he has been a guiding force to each one of us in Focus. Thank you very much once again to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, President Saab. Thank you, Dominic.
Thank you,
Our nice, wonderful session. Thank you, Mr. Nandi, for moderation.
Yeah. I need to thank you, Ashish ji. Our special thanks to you for for the excellent presentation that you gave us. You took us around. Actually, you took us on a bhakti mark today to tell us about Siddhivinayak and how secure the conditions could be, and also for your magnanimity in in ensuring that the Focus gets sufficient support and is able to do the good work, being the founder as well as the chairman of the security committee. You are one of the pillars of strength in the growth of Focus as a formidable association. My special thanks to Mr. Vinay Mishra and Mr. Ashish Gujarati for their excellent presentation and explaining and coming forward to help or to support or to clarify to any queries going forward. Our wholehearted thanks to Mr. KP Dominic, Chairman Events and Marketing and also Regional Chair South, for his leadership, marketing skills and dynamism to take Focus into new heights.
There's a message. That's a message from Mr. Ronald Gomeseria. He has written that the kind of technology was already incorporated in the design and use established in Qatar. So therefore, it's good that one of your participants is in Qatar. And thank you for that very informative webinar. I'm sure Ashish ji may also like to directly communicate with Mr. Ronald Gomeseria. Maybe all the people who raised questions and all that should be shared with Ashish ji.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Focus,
sorry to interrupt you, Narsingh. Go ahead.
No problem, sir. On behalf of Focus, Mr. Ronald Gomeseria, thank you very much for this comments that you have given to us. We look forward to hear more from you. You are welcome. You can share, as we have said, you can share your queries on admin@ourfocus.co. Our special thanks and applause to Ms. Mamata Nagaraj, the administrator of Focus, for her tireless work and in coordination and organizing today's event. Last but not the least, to each one of you for your support and participation in today's webinar event. Focus as a sapling was planted by 14 stalwarts from the critical utility services sector on 26th October 20 and is expected to grow huge over a period of time. The fruits of this tree will be shared by each one of us if we are aligned with it. It will provide shade for all of us to integrate and grow. So I request each one of you to join Focus by becoming its member and enjoy its fruits of success. The next webinar series will be conducted on 21st of May 21 at 4 p.m. And the subject for the fourth knowledge series would be Fundamental of Elevators Traffic Analysis.
So there they will come, that session can be.
Exactly. So this will be addressed by Mr. Tak Matthews.
Thermo imaging. Yeah,
who is the chairman of this committee, elevator committee, and also a founder of in Focus. And the second topic is on integration of lift and building access management by Mr. Vincent Pinto. I request all of you to join. I also, as our president requested, I would request one of the representative from Brahma Equation to also join and address that special query which was raised in today's event. I thank you once again, each one of you, for your participation and helping Focus grow.
Thermal imaging issue.
Thermal integration.
Yeah.
That's right, sir.
Can I intervene?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Dominic, for all the wonderful.
Somebody was asking, somebody is trying to ask a question. Can I just hold on for a minute? Somebody was trying to ask a question.
I got especially thank you. Yeah, please.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Satish Iyengar.
Yes, sir, Mr. Iyengar. Please go ahead.
Yeah, see, basically now, Ashish sir and they have covered that very well. The only important aspect is in the integrated building management system. As Suresh sir is also aware that the NBC says the command center is a must in all the new buildings.
Yes.
And command center has an integrated building management system along with CCTV and fire all come together. So the integration of all the three is very important today. So I think Ashish sir, you have to cover this aspect in one of our webinars which we have on the integrated building management system, so that in the future that take comes into the play. Second is on the copyright issues on your software. Since it's an app-based software which you have, how is the security angle taken care of in the app? This is very important because your competitors in the market are talking very much against this. So I think you have to throw a lot of light on this and mention that your software is very safe and your servers are in India and not in China and all that. So
Mr. Iyengar, I would also try to assure you that all these products and solutions which are being offered by Brahma and Equation in India, they are all sort of certified and meeting all the international requirements. I would request you also that your queries, as we also mentioned, you can always send your queries to admin@ourfocus.co, so that those queries can be also addressed.
Good, very good.
Thank you so much.
Comprehensively reply.
Absolutely, everything. And so there can be interaction, and so you can get all the clarification.
Mr. Ashish Dakkan would like to say a word.
Yes.
Yeah. So, this part security, we have we are very, very sensitive. And as you grow at a certain level of organizations, your responsibility is more and more. And when we have covered such share of market share in industry, we are very sensible, and we take care of each security aspects very very carefully. And while we design such solution as well, such solutions which all building management and others are privately held, so there is no such a risk, and data theft or etc. are there. But even in larger scale solutions which all are there, all the data and products are being certified and locally manufactured also. And it is being a network security CCC certified, and the required software certification like HTQC etc. being taken care. And still we recommend, and lots of SOPs need to be taken care while you design any network solutions. This won't only it affect only one on surveillance side, but in any of the network systems, we need to be careful when we design our network solutions. So this is what I just recommend, and it can be audited very well that the entire system is safe. And
Thank
we
you,
follow-
thank you, Ashish ji. Thank you very much for your clarification on this. So with this, I would request, as I already mentioned, any further queries, you can always send it to admin@ourfocus.co, and we will ensure that it is sent to Prama Equation and the queries are answered. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in today's event, and look forward to your participation in future as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful evening.
Thank
Wonderful
you very
evening.
much, sir. Thank you.
Well
Thank you.
spent. Well spent. 2 hours plus.
Thank you.
Well spent. Thank you.
You.
Yeah, Mamata.